Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Eric's rival fashion house goes up against Ridge in a big way. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers hint that Eric Forrester, John McCook, may start a rival fashion house and go up against Ridge Forrester, Torsten K, in a big way. When Eric made his pitch in the December 3rd episode, he argued that he wanted to be more than just a figurehead. Eric is eager to get back to designing at Forrester Creations and is hoping Ridge can accept him as a team player. However, Ridge clearly thinks Eric should be celebrating his retirement, not re-entering the couture design game. The more Ridge fights Eric on this, the more fed up his father may become. Fall preview spoilers already hinted about a second fashion house potentially rising up to compete with Forrester Creations. What if the twist is that Eric himself starts this fashion house and goes up against Ridge in the process? Ridge's rejection of Eric's co-designer idea could push Eric down a new path that'll divide the Forrester family. Eric may refuse to retire and decide he won't stay where he's not wanted either. Perhaps Eric will argue that it's never too late to start again and resolve to do things his way. Although there'll be some concerns about Eric's health, he may insist he's fine and will have some backup. Zen Forrester Dominuges, Delon de Metz, has worked closely with Eric in the past and has had moments when he's felt cast aside as well. It might be pretty easy to lure Zen to this new fashion house if Eric moves forward with one, since Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, is coming home for Christmas. Eric might try to recruit him. 2. Thomas was feeling unfulfilled in his career the last time fans saw him. So Eric might push him to help create something new with his granddad, whether Thomas is persuaded or not. Eric could at least try to make his grandson part of his new fashion house. Team B and B already did a storyline where Ridge and Eric competed through rival design collections and a dueling fashion show. The CBS soap needs up the ante and do something a little different, so maybe it'll be a full-blown fashion house rivalry this time around. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Ridge and Eric's feud could spiral out of control and lead to unsettling news. For decades, the world of high fashion has been defined by a single, illustrious name, Forrester Creations. But in Los Angeles, legacies shift overnight. Loyalties crumble with the flick of a sketchbook, and a single bold idea can topple an empire. In upcoming episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful, a seismic fashion war appears to be brewing, one that pits father against son, legend against modernist, and tradition against ambition. According to early teasers, Eric Forrester may be quietly preparing the launch of a rival fashion house, and if true, Ridge may be facing the biggest professional challenge of his life. This isn't just business. This is family. And if Eric truly makes this move, the runway may never be the same. The rumblings begin. Eric's health crisis brought the Forrester family together in a rare moment of unity, compassion, and vulnerability. But as Eric slowly stabilizes and regains pieces of his former fire, he also begins to confront something he hasn't allowed himself to face fully: the future of his artistic legacy. Although Ridge took over the reins of Forrester Creations during Eric's darkest hours, the patriarch is starting to wonder if his time has truly passed, or if Ridge has moved the company in a direction that no longer represents his vision. Spoilers hint that Eric may be quietly sketching again. Not just therapeutic drawing, as he's been telling Donna, but full-fledged couture. And not necessarily for Forrester Creations. Those closest to him notice the shift, the hours spent in his old design room, the locked drawers, the rolled papers he puts away whenever footsteps approach. Donna suspects something is up. RJ feels torn. And Ridge? He's too wrapped in his own agenda to see it yet, but the whispers are starting. The tension at Forrester Creations business at Forrester has been tense in recent weeks. Ridge, Brooke, Steffi, and Carter are pushing bold expansions, new collaborations, and restructuring efforts that they believe will future-proof the company. But to Eric, these changes feel like a threat to the brand identity he crafted stitch by stitch. The more Ridge pushes the company into modern high-fashion innovation, the more Eric senses that the elegant Forrester classicism he built is being erased. Ridge has always walked a fine line between honoring his father and overshadowing him. But in recent episodes, Ridge has made moves that suggest he feels more ownership over the business than ever. This shift is precisely what sparks the idea. If Ridge wants the future of Forrester Creations to be his, then Eric may need to build something new to preserve his own legacy. A rival fashion house wouldn't just challenge Ridge's dominance. It would redefine the entire Forrester empire. Enter the secret ally spoilers tease that Eric won't be alone if he decides to move forward. The first potential ally, RJ, Eric's youngest protege, has been the only Forrester truly attuned to his grandfather's spirit, artistry, and emotional landscape. RJ helped him through his darkest moments, and the bond they formed in that design room may become the foundation for an entirely new creative venture. But RJ isn't the only wild card. There are hints that Bridget, freshly re-established in LA as Eric's supportive daughter, may also become part of the new project, potentially guiding him medically and emotionally through the stress of launching a new house. And then there's Donna, who will support Eric through anything, especially if it means giving him back the purpose and joy that fuels him. But the biggest shocker is the possibility that a former Forrester designer or rival might return, ready to join forces with Eric in a dramatic fashion revolution. Fans are already speculating about Rick, Thomas, or even a returning character from the show's fashion past. Whoever it is, Eric's new circle is forming, and Ridge won't see it coming until it's too late. That Ridge's brewing storm spoilers indicate that Ridge is about to face a professional storm while simultaneously juggling personal tensions. Steffi wants a more aggressive business expansion. Brooke is caught between supporting Ridge and worrying about how this will affect Eric. Carter is concerned about potential legal complications. And Thomas, still trying to rebuild his career, may find himself in an awkward spot if Eric's new fashion house begins recruiting. Ridge has fought many adversaries over the years, but he has never gone up against Eric. Not really. Their battles have been emotional, not corporate. But this time could be different. This time Eric may choose to go head-to-head with his son on the runway, and Ridge will not take the challenge lightly. The runway war that could reshape the show if Eric officially launches a new fashion house. The storyline opens a massive world of possibilities. Two competing businesses fighting for the Forrester clientele. Split loyalties among the family, forcing characters to choose sides. A historic father versus son fashion showdown, potentially at a major fashion gala or international showcase. Designs that reflect each man's artistic identity. Eric's classic elegance versus Ridge's bold, architectural edge.